was
Just-
basically a one
just-
trick where you're just there for the wall.
only just.
Yeah. And then you're just
Okay,
hoping
GE
that
on
your
defense,
shots are
Zeta on
crazy good. I mean, yeah,
attack.
the slow orbs help a little
We
bit.
have
The
any
heals
change
can
in
help
terms of
certain
comps?
situations, but yeah, the res too, but definitely the wall was kind of the bigger piece of the puzzle, but they're going to
Yeah,
try
we
to
do.
beat the alt orbs early.
They got
here,
rid
too
of the
lightning
harbor
fast
and
on
now
that
they have a
sage. Looking to try to
sage, so they're making it nice and
buy a
easy.
quick res if possible, and not much that Zeta can do about
And
that.
Zeta are
Now,
keeping with
on
their
Zeta's
normal
side of the
stuff.
coin, this is what a lot of teams are kind of running on this map now with these double initiators.
Is that right?
The heavy flash comp where you're really able
No,
to
Zeta
control
changed
so much
their
space. With
comp.
the extra verticality that's available to you on a map
They
like
got rid of the
Icebox, 'cause
harbor,
you have the room
and now
to
they're
throw
just
the
going
dizzy up
into the.
and do
Dude,
things
who
like
even
that. Some
who even did
overflashes,
this comp
from
fast?
your KO.
It was someone in
really gives you
Pacific.
a lot of like space-taking ability to really
Genji?
make it
Yeah,
difficult
that's
for your
right.
opponents to play anti-flash or to you know, turn the
Kind of
flash
like the
and
setup
stuff
from
like that, 'cause
GE.
it
They're
feels like
very
there's just
heavy
this
on A,
volatile-
but
yeah,
info.
Very
And
attack
the
heavy.
only
It's great
reason that
for
this works
retakes.
just
It's
so
even
well is because
better
we
on
have
the
the
attacking
wall,
side.
right? So they can
So
just
that
have
could
a
be why Global
solid
Esports is
retake,
kind of hanging
all
so
based
far
around
back,
just
especially
creating
on the A
pressure,
side too. But
and then
that
just
plan
walling
just
the
brings
defeat.
us back into a bit of a full-on pistol battle, pistol firefight
They-
on this first round. Global
see a
has
ping
made their
here.
way through. Euron gets
But-
all of that juicy information. Hey guys, we're hearing a lot of footsteps. Just watch out for this. Dizzy gets sent out. Depp tries to reposition, but three players dropping down on top of him. He's not quite able to land the shots.
he ate
Euron
that.
crouches down, able to cut down Blaze King, but not quite enough to fend off the rest of Global Esports. Russ with a reach shot to the head. And now that's going to be down
HPs.
to Laz. The wall comes up for the defuse.
Wait, actually can't see the
way
angle.
through. Lightning fast trying to jiggle back and
Whoa.
forth. What a move!
Holy
They get
hell,
the
I mean, it
shot.
was a
He
nice
jumps up
move,
with
but he
zip line
just
and
got
he
the
saves
defuse.
the round, but
It's a
not
good
quite
attempt to the
enough.
1v3. It was nice
Global
fast
Esports
thinking.
stick defuse at the end.
That's bonkers. That's absolutely insane, Laz.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You
All low
genius.
HP as well, but they still take the win. They
I
got
mean,
the round.
That wall also probably not exactly placed where he wanted it. He probably wanted to completely cut off that angle, but still, didn't matter. I mean, this is a really interesting setup here. Like, teams are really on this B site, especially with the Gecko able to give you these plants, where if you're kind of given the site for free, you want to push Snowman. Oh no. I mean, Laz still though, like absolutely just crazy stuff. But I mean,
Knife goes
look,
in,
yeah, he
hits
gets
2
around,
in
but
terms of the eco. They buy
dang,
one
that's so
sheriff.
smart from him. But you
And
wanted to take that deep Snowman plant, and GE really able to handle that
There's no way
part
he
of it
had
nicely.
armor,
It's
right?
just a little bit of a fumble there on the Sage. And Olvi doing stuff with
And
the
he can
Outlaw.
just farm this
Well,
one
that's
up.
just
3 away
outlaw
from his
stuff,
ult.
you know?
I think,
2
honestly,
shots
Ross getting some kills would be
completely
huge here.
shatters you if you don't have body armor. There's the third. Maybe we get a couple more. Oh, a bit of a whip. Swaps over to the classic. Russ coming in to bail him out.
Yeah, I mean,
He
that'll
jumps
do it. We're
he
1 away
jumps
from knives,
forward
we're
and
1 away
classic
from
right
fish
clicks.
ult, so
That's
they
gonna
have
be Global
options.
Esports securing the pistol and the subsequent round now.
Yes, very, very good stuff here with the Outlaw. I mean, why you really are going to see teams, especially in Pacific, dive into this weapon is because of how powerful it can be. On a map like Icebox, it's essentially an operator in this round, so you're able to really kind of do the same kind of plays, even better, because it is 2 shots instead of 1. Makes it so challenging on this attacker's
Okay, so
team
the
to try to
bonus
buy any
is
space, but
alright.
gotta
It's not great.
dig in,
And there's a
even
lot
because
of
you
heavy
go
armors.
the
That's
full
why we get
armor
the
here.
Guardian come out.
Just a Guardian or Hudodon.
Definitely trying to make
Damn.
sure that Zeta can come back
Early
into
take
the
on this one.
game.
EE deciding to go
For
aggro.
now, it just has been
Take a bit more of a
Global
gamble over towards
Esports
middle and
trying
B.
to play
We'll
around
keep an eye on the wall in
trying
terms of
to
if they want to retake.
retain alt orb control. I mean, look at how Polvi's
Is Harbor
managed to
just
sneak
bad?
all the way up on top of,
The main reason that
Nest right
Harbor
now.
worked on this map before was Sky.
Learn from Laz.
Right, you know,
Managed
like
to catch him
the
down.
Harbor Viper Sky. Like, that's
The
how
rest
it
of
worked
Zeta
really
have
well.
already made their way up to the B side.
It's still fine, the
Long
Harbor.
whip,
I just think that there's
They
better
get the spike
options.
down. Lightning fast, a bit of a shot through. Not sure how much more they can get.
It makes life a little bit easier.
Now, Lightning fast with nothing but a sheriff.
What the?
Unfortunately, gets burned
What
by the mosh
the?
pit.
It was
Yeah,
just a
great
bonus, it's fine. And they
anticipation
honestly
by
did a
Yudan
good
with
amount of
that mosh
damage.
pit
2 guns taken away,
in a
2
spot
armor
where
rebuys.
Kind of recognize that
The hub's cool still. The hub is still viable on this map. It's not like it's fully done. I just think it's at its best when the
really
like
nice
how
there.
Loud played
Laz
it.
did a great job catching the attempted lurk from Polvi. You feel like he's always good on one side of the map. Hudodon with that Guardian. I mentioned it earlier that just a little bit of economic fallback into the fact that you had to use full armor.
One of the issues I find is like
caused that gun to come out. He's still very, very
the
good.
Harbor,
Still crisp,
like
picking
see
up
this
right where he
comp
left
that
off on Sunset.
the Zeta are using. That in my mind wrecks a Harbor, right? Extra walls
Zeta on the
for these
attack
flashes to
still.
work into. Like that's a
Trying to get
bit
a read of how they
savage.
might
Then you also have like
things for the past
2
couple
extra
rounds now.
mollies
They've
for
gotten a little
the
slow.
Cove to potentially not
Now
do
that
too
they've got
much.
the Thrash,
But the Cove's good at
a
stopping
little bit
shots,
more
not
wiggle room
util.
to push forward. Global Esports, though, actually hanging back, making use of screens, making use of rafters, and that's just going to be a little bit tougher for ZETA to hold. You got Polvy with the blades now. Lightning fast, first shot
Bro is
down.
just running in there, eating his
Snaps to the
own
top of
teammate's
the
flash.
pipes, and that's
Wait,
gonna
that's
be
not
Polvy
even his
up in the
teammates.
air.
That
We've
was
got
Heroes.
Benkai coming in now.
Honestly, that was pretty good.
Down to Sugar Zero.
That was pretty good from them.
Trying to stop
I maybe would have liked more people
push,
flooding
but
in at the same time, but
not
they at
quite
least had a
gonna
lot of
happen.
people
They knew where
holding
he
this
was.
angles while they were swinging around.
And they find a
And
really
they had
good
the
timing.
wall for vision
Right
block.
as, you know, ZETA feels like maybe they've got some comfort to try to put the spike down.
Do I like Chamber on
He's
Icebox?
GG.
Yeah, dude, I'm a Chamber
Pretty
fan,
aggressive
man. I
and
would,
strides,
again, if I had a
and
Laz,
just
I would run it on
completely
every map.
catches ZETA a bit off guard,
Apart
where
from
they're just not
Ascent.
quite ready.
I would
Lightning
really
Fast has
force
been
it.
looking really crisp,
I'm reaching on some
so
maps
far
for
on this
sure,
map.
but
The
I think
Sheriffs
it would
previously
work.
just as good here with that Vandal down to 5 HP.
I think
no
Chamber
problem.
is like, Chamber struggles
holding the
against
smoke.
double
There you go,
initiator,
and
which
there
is
you go,
really
some
strong, but I
wiles
also
now for
think it
GE. Now they're
enables you
starting to feel
to
it. They're
easily
starting to
set it
look
up.
a lot
So
crisper.
I think
You've
it's like
got
pros
ZETA on
and
the back
cons,
foot
and double
economically
initiator is
once
like
again,
really
they're
strong at the
into,
moment.
A few Sheriffs, a Bulldog, but the buy is very weak.
It should be enough for Global Esports to take things home. And that's just kind of what we were talking about from the previous map too, right? Global Esports, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. You come in with a clean slate, mental reset. They just might be able to push us into a third map. But look at the volley of utility from ZETA Division. They really want this site.
And they got Fischl if they want to
Huron
use
so
it.
ready for where Polvy would have to escape to.
Kind of done great at the moment. Spike locked off.
Wall now. But Global Esports.
And they're just doing the class. Sweet.
Okay.
Listen, I was about to say they're just doing the classics, like they're doing it really well. Wall breaks, like wall off this side, so they have to tunnel around to the left side.
Expecting Russ up on top, so that's going to be Global with another round.
Yeah, it's not a bad round here for ZETA on an eco, but at this point, you know, things are starting to slide in the wrong direction for them. Now you've got, do have the null command for Huron. This is nice positioning here, trying to cover as best as they can for Polvy, but using that wall against them again. That's, I'd say if there's anything to fault GE for, which there isn't much, they've been playing very, very good.
Didn't pick up the op, so they had to buy it.
Them, you know,
So what
Zeta's able
happens?
to kind of take advantage of it, but
Busy
other than that,
celebrating.
you know, lightning fast. His
Gotta get the
shooting's
fist
been
bumps
crisp.
in.
Polvy's been a real nuisance on that A side at times, especially with those sniper rifles in hand. Now he's going to be taking a peek down mid. Laz, though, going to be going in.
Dude, he gets a
towards
lot
side,
of
so
info
nobody
here.
available. Lightning fast going to have to get out of dodge.
Whoa.
Blaze King, nice cover fire.
Just keeping ZETA Division on their toes. You still got Laz on this bit of a lurk towards A, though, and that's what I'm keeping my eye on. The rest of them, you know, potentially trying to push into B, and then maybe Laz to swing up from behind, but with everyone pushed up this far up
And
front,
they're
have no
fighting,
idea
yeah,
that
they're really
Polvy's
making
down
use of
mid.
this wall right now.
It's a
Sorry,
bit
the
of a
smoke,
hairy
they're just
situation
fighting
for
a
ZETA
lot
Division.
heavier than most teams would here,
No
especially with
doubt.
these
And
agents.
Blaze
Yeah.
King knew
This is good. I like these
that
teams
KJ
that
utility's gonna be right there. Old Benkai. Try. Oh, Deb.
you know,
Jeez,
I like these
So
teams, and a lot of their teams
Deb,
early on is just
despite
make everyone
being
scared of
able to get
yellow.
double,
Like it's a
it's
common
not
game
enough.
plan
I
on
mean, it
defense in
just
terms
came
of
down to
make people
dry
scared of
tools,
yellow
sneaking
early,
in
like
and
play
out of
yellow even
yellow.
though it doesn't feel too comfortable at the
Orange,
beginning.
but
So then they have to use more
coming
util
back
to
into
clear
it
out
now,
yellow.
the Thrash gains all of the information. They know it's no longer going to be a B hit. What they might not know.
Yellow is a
how
nightmare,
deep
especially
Laz
like
is.
against Zeta's comp. You
Yeah,
can
that
pretty much
res.
throw a knife there, and
Yep,
then the
and
knife
that
hits, and
gets-
then they have to throw more
That gets the
util.
ult back as well there.
Playing
for
yellow is like
Benkai.
really,
So
really
lockdown
strong.
in play.
Sova's good against
You're gonna
yellow,
have to get
but
this plant down,
most people aren't playing
find some
Sova at the
safety.
moment.
Have a couple Vandals. You're going to have to go deep back towards your spawn for ZETA. Try to make this work. Laz going to maybe try to go for an
I mean,
early
they
pick, but
should
that
Killjoy
lockdown
ult
should be coming right
really,
outside of the site here.
considering the buy round and considering the money, but
And would definitely force Laz back away. Oh, in fact, it's just going to be the Dizzy.
they might feel
They're actually
confident.
running forward without the lockdown. There goes the
They do
first
have
half.
wall.
Baits out the
Yes,
peek
Sage
from
Wall
Deb.
goes in.
Well played, well shot
I'm
by
okay. They feel
Benkai,
confident
and
with
then
this one.
Lightning
No
Fast
over
off of the
panic as
wall,
well. No
finds
Killjoy ult
Laz,
needed.
trying to stay crouched in
That's a
the
good sign.
Global
They're that confident
Esports
with it.
now with the streak.
Yeah. They don't even need the lockdown. They're just that confident in their numbers advantage and their ability to take that space. Depp losing his trade early made it basically impossible there. GE, great patience to make sure they don't give Laz anything to work with. you know, Depp gets to.
If you're a chamber fan on every map, isn't Yoru a better option? Against good teams, people like the way that I would play chamber. This is actually a good map to do. I need a minimap. You know, close B. I'll draw it on the minimap as well. You know, going close aggro B. Like you can do that with a chamber, very easy, and set someone up. But close aggro B with a Yoru against good teams, you should always get traded. The TP just takes too long.
And you know, with the setup from Global Esports that they had, you got multiple.
The way that I would use it would be like going like real aggro instead of like the raise angles where you could satchel off or you can tuck in and then TP away with like a Yoru. I would do like more in the open off angles essentially.
Like they've dodged any attempts, especially on the A side, at some of those util dumps that ZETA has
Reverse
tried,
13-1. It's looking convincing at the moment for Global. Let's see what the timeout's like.
So it's a really good mental game that GE has coming in this map.
So what I was talking about, sorry, is like here, where you can put the TP here, then you can chamber in like this square. And like this is really strong, but with a Yoru, most teams would have good enough spacing that you would get one as Yoru and you would get traded before you TP out. In an ideal world, I would have to see it in practice as well, I guess, but most teams would have good spacing.
It's like maybe a mid push for ZETA. They want to try to see if they can get underneath, maybe go to the B site. Early alarm bot though, Depp's gonna dodge. Any vision just yet, using that smoke to kind of push back.
Timeout goes in, and Depp takes a bit of a chance on this. 4 people here. Flash goes in. Ooh, I like that.
Okay, there's that dizzy, but no, Depp!
Dude, Russ got the other 2 following it up as well. Didn't focus on the jet, just focused on the people going behind, so it was nicely done.
Completely lost the plot. Sugar Zero trying to make use of a little window, but Ben Kai just says, hello, you know, you still gotta watch your sides. All that's left is none other than Laz with a Sheriff. A good dink on the Blaze King, though. But it's definitely not quite gonna be enough. All the heal from Lightning Fast as well. And we're just counting down the seconds to that
convincing. Money's getting out of control, especially with this one. I mean, that's a 9K for Russ.
Going to happen in this round, but that was not what I was expecting, even with the Blaze Storm.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think he was going to go that
deep.
I mean, I thought
pretty much like the 3 ults that secure your round, really.
Like that
you could all use it at once if they want to.
Generally, he's pretty clean with it, but that time around, like you said, I like the way you said it, the after image, going for the place where they were, not
it's meant to be week 2. There's a bug with it, so most likely week 3.
So hard to get any other support. I mean, he gets the flashes this time at least.
The bug is like you pick up a gun or something, you have hyper speed or something weird.
It's not something that everyone can do. It's really difficult to pull off. But
I don't know about that.
Back into it, I think one of the things that ZETA has yet to solve is really, of course, aside from the setups,
it's a straight up B here.
Sometimes plays,
and like we said, we have a lot of ults here.
Now trying to just full send it into the B site, along with Depp, Tailwind, they managed to get a little bit more space. Little homie actually able to get the spike plant.
Plant goes in. Plant's a little bit far to have an ult that reaches in. You have safety, right? Or am I wrong?
The Viper's Pit as well to go, but behind it you still have a lockdown. If
doesn't
really
reach
dire,
the spike.
Still the thrash.
They're still gonna have to see a bit of spamming.
To really clear this out, to really make sure.
They do have the Killjoy if they want, but they also could just take the big.
Potentially a little bit tricky as both lockdowns come through. Depp though, good for 1.
All goes into the defuse.
Lockdowns now. Sugar Zero having to push forward. He actually able to take down the initial lockdown from Ben Kai, but then you've got Russ.
It was a nice attempt.
Managed to kill the diffuser, and that's going to be enough for ZETA Division to secure the round.
Yeah, it is a nice attempt. ZETA had to use a lot of their ults on this one though, so G will be kind of fine with it. They give it a good attempt.
This setup, this execute onto the B site.
Oh, and it's a must-win round for ZETA.
Why did they stop the defuse? They got it half, and then they wanted Wingman to do the other half because it's harder to spam, I think. But then the wall broke. They didn't miss much time with it. I think it would have been the same outcome no matter what.
That have to come through for them to get this on. Now, they play it great.
Probably should have focused just more hard on protecting the ult.
Viper's Pit. Not sure if that's intentional or not.
Intentional.
I mean, they had.
That's kind of what I've been seeing.
They were wrecked either way, in my opinion.
Just
because the Killjoy was going to go off there.
I agree. I think you can hold those angles well enough that you don't need to necessarily.
Got 2 people that get fully wrecked with the loss bonus being reset. That's meant to be a 1. Let's do that again.
Saw like the toxic.
And rely on your mollies and things like that.
Exactly. The snake bite that was shot onto it. But now back in the next round, ZETA tries to randomize and swap back over onto the A side.
Whoa.
Dep with the tailwind. But
impressive.
again, look at these anti-flash positions. Dizzy takes a second before the blind, the goo hits. So Russ is still able to shoot that down and snaps back onto Dep. Great response from Global Esports.
And this just times out as well.
So good.
Got the
Laz has gotten
heal that will come up at one point as well. Russ got healed from 5 HP to 100 HP.
Able to outdo him.
Potentially there's another hill coming in. Big 3-on-3, and again it is a big 3-on-3 because this money reset for ZETA is just like the most savage half.
Alive enough. That's it. Him up against
Russ has wingman to defuse.
Operator.
Lightning Fast has
On a retake,
wall as well, which might be why they're playing so aggro. They don't want to play against the wall.
Laz is sort of playing an anti-op spot, expecting this push. Has tucked
Azime, mate, thank you for the 14 months, man. Appreciate you.
I mean, this is.
Thank you for that prime.
If Sugar Zero turns around.
Oh, we read it.
Oh, you don't opt the original operator.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've got the wall now, but Russ just sticks. Wait.
Holy, it was close. It was incredibly close.
Sugar Zero going in for a couple more shots now. Last with the
Yeah, the
quad
wall
kill.
wingman is a
ZETA has
savage combo.
managed to
The
recover.
molly just
I mean,
tanked him.
This is Laz taking this round over for ZETA, getting so deep into kitchen, able to get so much space and winning that.
How was that
really
so close? Honestly, the
crucial
wall was
battle
pretty
there.
legit.
The
Kind of
utility
locked
threw
all
off
of them
the
off
base
from
game,
every
just enough,
angle.
At the exit towards the defender side of kitchen, that Laz is able to win that battle, and this is really smart positioning. That's Laz, just like you said, kind of he knows how operators like to play, and he's able to read that. And
I approve this message.
Yeah, okay, there we go. He
Yeah,
knows
and the
they're
fact they
starting to
keep
figure it
3
out now,
people
but
alive
again,
as well,
early
good
in
for the
that
money.
round,
Now
like
it's
you
GE,
said,
they have to worry
doing
about
so
their
good with
money.
their anti-flash
So
positioning,
ever
making
since the
sure that
timeouts,
ZETA
been pretty
can't really
decent.
profit from this. Try to go for the orb, but not able to fully snatch it. That's a great op position and a shot for Bolvi.
The savage player to go down, no pressure over towards B anymore.
Shut down Laz, though, up the zip line, actually gets the shot onto Russ. No more anti-flash for you. You've got the barrier op to block off one of the potential paths into the site, but you still have Euron and the rest of them managing to push through. Dep, use up the updraft, he goes on top of the barrier.
Bro, it all falls apart because that first kill. What the hell is that first kill? Also 1 and 20. They that's because they went through the wall. Dude, give me this from Laz's POV. What, he sees him as he goes up the rope and then just run shots, gets the headshot?
Maybe this would be an okay time for
Oh, they gotta replay it.
From GE. Try to figure out how you can adapt to what's going on. That's just unfair. What
was how he got the kill?
That's unfair. That's just not fair. No other way to put it. I mean, Laz just
What?
going for the spray and pray.
What? Oh man, that's how they lose the rounds. It means that they have I mean, their money's low. They can still buy, but
anticipation of what
what even is that?
We're able to shut it down nicely, but this time around, I mean, ZETA denies the orb early.
Can't even be mad. Yeah, you just gotta accept that. Really.
Laz, what are you gonna do against that? And what do you do? And then they're able to get deep enough that players like Dep and Euron can really get in there.
Precise gunplay. It might be the most Valorant clip I've ever seen. Really.
Because past couple rounds now, what we've seen is that we had those anti-flash positions. We talked about it. ZETA has adjusted. You've got Laz, coming in with such antics. You've got Dep trying to throw them off, going up on top of barrier orbs or walls.
Okay, with
like
the
that.
loss bonus, they
And
do
it
manage
just gives
to
ZETA
buy,
that much more space to
and
work
they're not
with. It's
missing
a
out
little
on
tougher
anything
for
really.
Global
It's
Esports
pretty
to use
decent.
that. So
One.
now they've got to come
not
back
even.
into control. You've got to dominate the game. Throw something, a bit of a curveball at ZETA that they have to adjust back to you.
Fully agree.
What'd you say in the timeout? Ah, man. You just you don't even talk about that round.
Heated up because we saw it happen on Sunset once they did. Ruz gonna get spotted out. Polvi gets hit by the Dizzy, but ZETA really not able to do much other than get just a little bit further towards the pipes. Polvi's gonna try to push up. He might catch him off guard.
Oh, almost.
And I think they wanted to go a little bit aggro, and they're definitely going a little bit aggro. It's the first time we actually push up over towards B, so we can have a faster flank if they do go towards A. Also more info. But GE have been over-rotating, but it hasn't punished them too much. Yeah, and he might have had these people, at least before they were walking.
The situation is incredibly tense.
Oh my.
Had to commit, swing, but then he never felt confident to do it because why would you? Do they think that this guy's yellow? He did great, man. And then Ross swings while they're all looking at him. That was sick from Lightning Fast. The early info, the rotate that came in from the info. I think they heard the alarm bot go down towards A, so they early rotated. Meaning that Lightning Fast could get yellow. When this guy was close, you would just think that they were heavier stacking A if they didn't have an idea, right? They just thought most likely someone could be sight, not a yellow. But yeah, that was really cool.
As he knows that Zeta's going to have to try to push yellow to take care of Lightning Fast, and he's right there, sort of finish the job. So again, you can see that there's no awareness of it until the player dies, and then Sugar Zero is like, uh-oh. And then Benkai able to hold off the flanker. So very nicely handled here by GE. That was a really good bounce back after some rough rounds.
Yeah, especially on this B side too. Zeta hasn't really had successes at pushing past some of these choke points, especially up around green, around yellow. It's all thanks to Global Esports' setups. You know, now we're seeing an adjustments in the setups, and it works
Double
out
fish
better
out,
for
Polvi
Global
one away.
Esports.
We got
If they can take
Rez.
this one
That's the most
8-4
important one at the
as we go
moment.
into the second half, might be even better for Global Esports.
Or are they going to be sitting with
Trying to find a way
Rez?
to deal with this op.
Damn. Turns the flash, gets away from fish.
Hiroran not having a better time on this second map. Hiroran maybe a little bit better, but you know, that's the thing. Initiator's gone.
Interesting,
It's gonna be a
okay.
little bit tougher for Depp to work his magic. Maybe it's just Laz who walks up by himself, and that's all
You
it
gotta do
takes.
everything.
I think GE
Holy.
just had to destroy their own wall
Full guy.
so they can get over to B.
Nicely done
Laz
from
is causing
Polvi.
problems.
Yeah,
Oh!
Polvi realized that this guy has to literally do everything, so he tries to bail him out. 2-on-2, massive duel. God, they win both their duels out.
It was the last
8,
round.
I mean,
I
8
guess
is
trying to get
decent.
a
I
bit of
feel like
speed
Zeta
towards
did
each
good
other.
getting
Really solid
4
out,
considering
but
it
not quite
was
enough
like, what,
as his teammate
6-1?
falls as well. So,
Yeah.
second half, 8-4, Global Esports takes the lead.
Still though, 8 on the defense
This
is
is
very
exactly
high.
what they needed. A great bounce back, a great read on this comp. They really understand kind of the machinations of what you're trying to do.
The
with
timeouts,
this
both the
KO
timeouts
Gecko.
kind of worked. They got all the
And
rounds
it
off
just-
the
it doesn't quite
either the
seem like
timeouts,
Zeta's
the
quite
teams.
there yet with this comp. They actually beat GE on Icebox previously,
Yeah.
but this time around, you know, it looks like GE has really done their homework. The Sage, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I mean, I haven't seen that wall be super effective, to be honest.
The
but
arena,
Lightning
yeah,
Fast
the
has just been
arena's
so
sick.
good. Like his positioning's
The
been great,
shots,
his
yeah.
shots have been great. So who gives a crap what he's playing? Like he's doing really nice, and that's what matters. So I mean, I think it looks a little bit, that part of the puzzle for GE looks a little bit rough to me. But I don't think that it's a bad idea at all. I mean, I think Sage is still perfectly viable on
Have
this
I got
map.
in America's tomorrow? Dude, I haven't
but
even looked at
that
who's
part of it-
playing.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Is that the
because rest of
Sentinels
GE is
game?
playing great.
Or do
That's
they
the
play a
thing,
little bit
we
later?
don't really see any like exceptional grim walls or any crazy spots or whatever. It's just that setup, the defensive setup from Global Esports on their defensive half worked out well against the
D9 Lev,
initiated
NRG,
competition from
Lounge.
Zeta Division. Previously, we actually saw Zeta Division playing like
I mean,
something interesting like a harbor.
NRG
they
Loud
didn't
should
bring
be
it out
interesting.
this
It's a
time.
shame that they
So,
got so
I don't
wrecked
know,
with
maybe that's one of the things that kind
like
of,
that would have been the
throws
thing is
them
that
off
should
a
be a
little
sick
bit, but
matchup.
the
It's just
double
the fact that
initiative
Loud
isn't
got
quite
wrecked
working
by
out for them.
visas. Like they
Which
have
is
visas, they'll
don't
be
see
there,
that
but in terms of
combo utility.
practice, man,
Yeah,
they really could have
I
done
think
with
the
just
Harbor
that
Viper
week.
started to get read by the other teams as kickoff went on. So I
Right.
think absolutely you need to make a change. This is absolutely not a bad comp at all. A lot of teams in the world are running this exact same comp on this map, but it just doesn't quite feel like they've got a real good feel. Like you said earlier, sometimes not able to support depth, sometimes getting caught in
A nice
positions where they
default,
think they've
flash
got the
goes
flash,
in,
they
it's
can
behind the
push forward,
box
but
over
Polvi's still
towards
able to hold
here,
the angle,
early
yeah.
take,
Things like that.
and
Depth
we late
getting
take this with a
spicy.
KO flash, but they were anti, both of them.
There was that dizzy, but the blind.
Shut down, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon the dizzy happened fast,
easily
and they
doubled.
realized as
Yep.
soon as they heard the
It's great
dizzy, the
cover.
KO
I
flash
mean,
was going to
Polvi's just
happen, so they
expecting
just tucked in? That's
You
what
know,
it felt like.
Depth trying to make some hero plays, trying to get Zeta back into things, and just
Kinda
reading it
works
again
better
is
without
GE.
the
They have a
dizzy, to
great
be
feel for
honest.
this map.
Both sides trying to throw jabs at each other, but Global Esports just doing a much better job at kind of slipping and getting a read for these.
Okay, GE cut sound,
Thrown at them.
right? So create question
Now hanging
marks
back,
over
they're
towards
waiting
here,
for
create
a
question
movement
marks
from
middle,
Zeta to counter,
try and make the enemy team
but it's not
think
really
that they could have got into
needed.
any of
They're
these
just trying to play
positions, and as we
safe.
can see,
Yeah,
like they
they're
could have
expecting
smoked
a
up,
lurk
gone
from
over
someone,
towards
whether
here,
it
so
be
this
Laz
player
or
over
Sugar
towards
Zero.
B falls all the way
That
back.
information right
Knife
there,
is great
really
though,
huge,
knife goes in,
for
hits
Zeta
2,
to
so
get.
they can keep the
Hiroto,
3-pass and
nicely
stack.
timed knife.
Don't
You
need to be
can kind
careful
of
in the
really
middle.
start anticipating
30 seconds
that
left.
this is going to be a but still, nobody comfortable to fully shift over.
Oh.
It's lightning fast again.
Dude, lightning fast is shooting, man.
I mean, look at how they approach the site from both sides. Some on top of pipes, some coming out from the other end of 410. Laz now trying to hold up under Heaven, and it's just not quite enough. Sugar Zero.
Spike planted.
Trying to sneak in. He's got a classic. He's got 3
Looking like a double
targets to hit
pistol.
them.
Oh,
Here's
There's the
Sugar Hero.
first.
man, how
Is
does
it
this
time?
always happen, bro?
You gotta put on your cape,
Whoa, he actually gets half.
change your costume. You managed to stick
Whoa.
it half. Oh my god! What a connection, not to lightning fast, but Russ
Still fine.
able to
22
extend
HP.
just by a
That was a
bit.
really
It's
nice
almost
try.
hit
Man,
offline.
Zeta's pistols, both of them in this map have been like close 1v3s. We had the wall up here where he killed 3, but the diffusers came in, and we had this one here, 22
They're
HP.
showing great patience here.
Still a
They're
double
really
pistol
being
for
diligent
GE, but my
about
goodness.
catching Zeta off guard in the beginning of the round and making sure that Zeta doesn't get any of these flanks for free, things like that. And that was really, really
Yeah,
darn
you
close.
see the
22
sigh of
HP,
relief from
probably
him.
left one more bullet from that
The
classic, and it might have
big
been over.
sigh of relief.
But Sugar Zero trying to do what he can. It's going to be a Ghost and a Marshall. Holvey, once again, with that Outlaw, a couple Bulldogs to back him up. So Zeta just gambling on the B side.
Yeah,
A's been
Zeta
left
just
wide
do an
open
early
here
knife,
for the side of
try and
GE,
create
and
pressure like
should
there's
be
people here, and then they just walk over
probably
towards
figuring
B.
that out
They have
pretty
a flash for this as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
Utilities thrown towards.
So Heron then just sets up for a flash, and it's contact. AO
What is
flash
this?
goes in, everyone swings. Whereas the
They're slowly
contact,
clearing out. They're slowly doubling back in
Alright.
towards the B site.
oh, they're coming back. Uh-oh.
I'm sure this is a good idea.
I'm really interested with the double flash, because they
Zeta
actually have a
still
lot of
staying tucked
util.
away.
They never read it.
Oh, and they get early info because the orb goes in, flash goes in like we talked about.
All
I
the
ate it.
flashes being thrown. We're getting Valorented. Zeta are landing their shots. Yudon and Hinodon with the classics
Spike
actually
down.
able to land things down.
Ah,
and
nicely
with
done, the full
pistol.
setup.
I thought it was going to be the Outlaw that he picked up.
And this is one of the issues
He
with,
took down
I mean, it's one of the
Benkai,
issues
and
with
now
GE's
Zeta has turned
comp
things
to an
around.
extent, right? So
I
you
mean-
kind of look at it, and it's like, normally if you had a server, you could just drone in, you check the site, and you're like, well, the site's free, we can just hit it. This, you're meant to, what you're meant to do is just throw the wingman and the dizzy in, and just not get it back. That's your only bit of like info.
And that gets in your head, and you're thinking, it's a trap.
It's
they're
like
hiding
one of
their
the
plane. Like,
weaknesses of the comps.
or something,
Admiral
or-
Akbar's just whispering in your ear. Like, what?
Yeah, nicely done from Zeta. They kind of know the fact that they can't
So,
really clear out stuff.
kind of an
And it's
odd
normally why
position
people on
from
this, like to
Global
cover this,
Esports.
what
Well,
most
that's a good
teams
start,
do
but they are
is they'll
still
do
sharp
like a
with their
4-1
shots, especially
buy.
on this map. So
Say you had this
40% of
comp,
those
the
hot
way that
hands.
teams would handle it is you'd have like, say that 4 people buy rifles, one person buys a ghost, and the one person just does like risks. One person would just walk in and would just kind of act like a drone just to get information. And then the other 4 would like default, then they're ready to hit the site if this is empty, or they can come back and hit this site if this is empty. That's how like most teams cover having like a comp like this. That's like how you would approach it normally.
Really clean. Rosses look good too. Polvy's on point with sniping. You look pained.
Yeah, in the long
Then if the guy
run,
goes down
I
on
think that's
site,
the thing,
like,
because if you look
the
at
guy
how
goes
Zeta
down the
is trying
site,
to play right now,
have
the way that
Savage
they're
one-on-one
holding
normally,
these defensive
he'll lose a
positions
ghost
so far
max.
back, Global Esports
gets just
doesn't
worth.
get a single lick of information. So it comes down to the executes. They make it fast, they make it heavy. It could be enough, but Wingman gets shut down. No spike plan available. Gotta play past the toxic screen too, so just swinging out, trying to find what they can get. A couple of sheriff shots,
Has
managed to
back
secure
them?
a couple of kills.
And they're all
Didn't
one
know
shot.
the
We've got a
Outlaw
res
has
coming
to
in
come
for
back into
sure,
this round.
res.
He's got 2 shots in the chamber. I don't know if that's gonna be enough though. Even the res. gets a
that played
puncture
this pretty
onto
well.
Russ, the slow on the other side to deny this one
Yeah,
spot.
comms come in and he was like, do I
Looking to
change
possibly pick up
gun?
the
Yeah, I
weapon.
do, why not?
Trying
One
to
smoke.
mask the sound
Oh.
with an opening
Ooh.
shot. Hillwin's onto 410.
Okay, at least gets
Another
info of where the
cloud
Viper
burst.
is.
Still a snake bite as well.
Oh, has to push through though. Oh, look at lightning fast.
Damn, that's the
With
person he
pistol,
didn't have info on.
Depth, able to
Dude, nice
spring, gets the
recovery.
quad kill,
Solid
and
recovery
sticks the
from him.
landing.
Big hero
Zeta
play.
Division.
Played it really well.
Just when you
Played it
thought
really,
that
really
Global
well.
Esports might have come back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel good about that round as GE. You do a ton of damage with those sheriffs. You have some really nice plays. A really good recognition here, though, by Zeta to quickly shut down the far left angle of that wall from their POV, because that's where you know that wingman's going to go. He's going to get, you know, they're trying to use that edge of the wall to position the spike, and that makes Wingman go further in, so they're not able to get that plant down as quick. And if they had, that probably would have been round, because they just could have bought time.
Big buy rounds.
And instead, it gives Depp just enough time to get in there.
That one didn't look too convincing. It took a hero play.
So a lot of good stuff for GE, despite having
knife over towards A hits 2.
He just knows.
Oh. It's really close to it too. Global Esports.
I mean, he knows his right side. They have a agent with a molly, but want to accept it on this.
Again,
that one-person pressure from the Viper pulls the rotate in over towards middle. I don't know how the turret went down. I must have missed that one. They broke a turret over towards middle. Or did they?
But with that operator over there, certainly they don't want to mess with it. No,
maybe they mollied it and it was at middle here, and then he took it back. Not entirely sure, because now we late.
Wingman going through yet though.
Put the turret back.
They're anticipating that ZETA might be around the corner, ready to shoot him down. Bit of
this is a very hard retake.
So now they managed to go through it.
Gotta go up against Official as well, 4v5.
Sure that nobody comes through on the entry.
That helps.
Sugar Zero though, just a bit of noise, and all of a sudden Benkai has to watch his back.
They gotta keep that pressure on
the
the
backside. They got one molly on Spike at the moment.
Okay, good thrash.
It's gonna be tough.
Jermon's still able to stick it all the way.
Wait. Yeah, Wingman managed to get half.
Nobody from Global Esports is pushing now.
They got no vision block though.
Depp, with the antics, drops down, but Lightning Fast and Benkai have their boots planted firmly in the ground. Global Esports manages to defend.
Just great stuff.
Let's talk about the two win things.
Right now on this Sage, it's very battle sagey. He's just so crisp, shutting all these attempts by ZETA on these retakes down so quickly. He's so fast. Great hold there by Polvi. Able to get up, find that opener, make it that much more difficult. Yeah, three kills in that round, and he's pumped up, and he should be. He is having a whale of a map.
Yeah, I want to see more Lightning Fast. I mean,
the timings of the timeout's been decent so far.
You know, using the
wants to just do this before he gets out of control, take no risks. Last timeout.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that maybe ZETA Division doesn't quite expect.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think ZETA's a lot of times getting caught off guard by the positions of GE. You know, with certain players being pushed up further than maybe you expect. It's a lot of bait and switch. It's a lot of ping-ponging. For the side of Global Esports on this map, we've seen it time and time again. And that has been giving ZETA some problems. That was something they were doing pretty well on Sunset. And
Solo Harbor just doesn't create enough pressure over towards middle on attack. It's like the main issue.
With this new comp that ZETA's
Viper's just better. Like the mollies and after plants are outrageous. The constant smoke. Like you gotta think of this default, right? Constant pressure over towards B. You can always create a question mark. You can always hold someone here. And constant pressure towards middle. You can always create pressure in 3 positions from 1 smoke. It's too strong. Replicate this kind of stuff with a Harbor's too much. You constantly like doing weird walls. Oh, it's a big mess.
Gonna have to come in the back of this Blade Storm. It almost feels like this has to be that moment where Depp kind of takes over around on this eco for ZETA.
Yeah, if it doesn't, then you're in danger of match point. So our map point.
They had this alarm bot though, right?
You heard this.
Really should.
Copy killed.
Oh, that's huge.
Great shot. Now B is an option.
Maybe not land.
Let's see what kind of call IGL Russ makes.
Yeah, it's the classic. Go on top of this updraft. You're just a lot higher than people expect you. Rotate comes in. I mean, the knifes are here. Probably like him to throw this gun to someone else if he's going to use knives, right?
Wall up.
Oops.
Able to give Wingman a little bit of safety there. That's a good wall for that plant. It really makes it difficult.
Along with the toxic screen.
I thought it was the wall that they wanted a gap, but it was actually fine.
Retake not looking likely.
Okay, does throw the gun over to Laz like I talked about, so now we at least have 2 people that are scary.
Yeah, he's
Knife
out.
goes in, hits 2.
Simple shot from Polvi. 3 positions. Everyone's still holding up around yellow. Just 1 shot from Laz is all that ZETA got.
Decent. I mean, Blaze King made this one easy, right? Getting that kill on B. Made the calling very easy.
Fantastic stuff. I mean, just absolutely, just beautiful. It takes a little bit. ZETA's able to at least get into position, but that huge weapon advantage
not a chance.
You know, Depp has run out because Depp,
she would do it though.
Rushed over to Snowman to like thinking that it was going to be a really fast rotate for GE, and it just doesn't seem like ZETA has the same read on this map that they did on Sunset. It seemed like on Sunset, every maneuver that GE was
I would have to
make
check my
counted
setup
for.
every single time.
It was rad.
Do you know what? It would
Let's
work
go,
on me.
buddy.
I'm not like
Feeling it now, and you
I
love to
wouldn't see it
so
until it's too late.
a little bit of a push to get up on top of the belt.
Big duel at middle here. Big duel.
Pretty quick hit, Blaze.
Oh,
he gets
it's
coupled.
a nice flash.
What a setup there by Hirado.
Yeah, that was really nice. Did they insta-react over towards middle? Sorry, over towards A?
Depp in position to strike.
That was solid, man. I kind of liked this. They thought that there were two people over towards middle, so they thought they were playing retake over towards A, but actually Depp is just like so low invested on site.
Oh, maybe he'll get one, maybe a second. He's got 3 more targets to go through.
That is unlucky. Just wanted to go aggro. Was not, honestly, just wasn't expecting them to double swing here.
Collateral kills this time.
That was
I
nice.
thought maybe Polvi was going to get something done there. He was really crisp with that operator. Doing a nice job, but this early kind of anticipating the pressure up mid. Set up by Laz and Hirado, perfect. And Laz and Depp shutting rounds down, as they are wont to do. When they can feel it. And a lot of teams are going to play behind that box and A like Depp just did for that anti-flash. That's the one position
Massive
that I
round
see
in terms of econ, and
more than I'd like, and it's not just
6
here.
ults
It's not just in that
away from a few
particular round. I've
ults
seen
as
it a
well,
lot,
like 1 away. Knife goes in, hits 2 over towards A.
Sunset too, some of these corners. It just works out so well.
They hit 2 over towards A?
Sometimes you feel the pressure and you forget that someone might be playing around a spot like
Dang,
this,
like
but
it didn't.
now you're aware.
And it's tough, right? Because there's so many angles on that A site you have to worry about. And you don't have that extra line of flashes here for GE.
Similarly to yellow on B as well.
This is interesting.
And I think that's the thing.
Like
So
playing on
trying a
top of
different
here,
approach this time,
really,
going out
and I
for
think the knife
around
did hit,
pipe
really
angle,
really made
got
ZETA play
and
different
the
and just
wall
focus
coming
heavy on
up.
middle and leave A.
Spike
And they
punch
just
to
stroll
Jordan,
into the
Polvi
site. They get a
able to
really good
weapon.
plant top site, but that's a huge kill from Depp.
Retake.
Lightning Fast has a res, but as we can see, they're both here.
You've got so many ultimates.
A lot to work with. Waiting on that lockdown. Oh,
Lovely
Lightning
kill.
Fast.
Time,
You gonna
though.
go for this?
If Lightning Fast fends off for, maybe one more kill.
It's a good plant. We got to keep an eye on the Killjoy going late. He does have a molly top of sight, so the delay is there. Molly goes down. I think there's one more molly. Wingman on top.
Not quite gonna make it happen. Nanostorm able to burn off the first.
Dude, he takes down Laz, and Laz had the turret watching for this. There's no way.
Spike any longer. And with that,
That's
Global
crazy.
Esports
The
gets
molly
towards
kills
map
Laz. Even though
points.
Wingman was defusing, he was just in the area.
By Benkai.
And then the
I was a little
turret
bit
that is
worried
watching
that if
literally
Russ
for
got
this
taken
one
out quickly,
move
that maybe
goes
Zeta's
down.
able to kind of figure that plant out
That's
and
wild.
able to shut
Okay,
it down,
5
but they're not.
chances.
That tricky positioning, as you've come to expect from Benkai, been known for it for years. This time it's the nano, and then he's able to find that nice angle. That's a great setup, great thinking through into that post-plant scenario there by GE. And ZETA never even had an iota of an idea that it was happening.
I thought, maybe if ZETA continues to play like a really information-starved defense, they would be able to pull something off, but it doesn't quite work out.
Nice way to start
now
it.
Depp goes in for a bit of a preemptive strike.
Yeah, and they...
And
Good thing
Global
is
Esports
as
has
well,
to
they went
rethink
aggro
their
here, and like you would
strategy.
normally see,
Back in, maybe looking
who's
for
this?
a bit
See
of a
Uran
push
in this
towards-
pause.
They got the
You'd
res.
normally think this is going to be the Jet.
So they're trying to clear
Oh.
for it, making sure that it can't get punished easily.
And the fact that the Jet strode over towards here, and then the Jet repositions over towards middle, and they're everywhere. This is very nice from ZETA. That's a shame he missed that. Lovely shot though. Gets the dink, 5 HP, self-heal, 35.
Lightning Fast is so good on this stage.
He pretty much saved
Dude,
the
look
previous
at the
round
Uran,
too.
man.
Now
You're
coming
a
back up into it. I
lunatic.
don't even
That's the
know
round
if
done.
It's the stage necessarily, it's just his skill.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's really just his
4v5,
skill.
took a bit of a
For whatever
chance.
reason, he's super comfortable.
Now
So
Ben
confident that
getting
the
a
comms
couple
were
more
coming over
kills.
towards
They
B
managed
because
to
this guy was
push
over
it to
towards
A.
B.
And then you've got
Yeah, I can't be
Blaze
too
King.
angry at him.
Sneaky, all the way
Probably
up
better to
around
just
B.
hold it and 3 people stack
ZETA
though,
Use that
but...
info.
Has no idea. You got 30 seconds left. too.
One
Pressure
person,
is
fake
on.
pressure,
Spike
rotate
back
comes
towards
in.
B.
30 seconds left.
Blaze King,
At
La
least
King
recover
calls
that
them
gun
all back.
before Sugar
It's
Zero.
really nice.
Potentially upgrade him to that Vandal, yeah.
Okay.
So you got that going for you if you're ZETA, but this is going to be a
What an
extremely difficult
absolute
retake.
nightmare,
Look
especially with
at
Blaze
Blaze
King
King.
here.
Yep. He's
That's
doing
the
it
one
right
that-
back to him.
The one that Laz was playing from before. But again, I mean, the main factor is time right now. 30 seconds around or so for ZETA. Hiroran checks.
Russ gets a kill, he gets his official.
Something that they don't expect. Global Esports has no idea.
Guys, someone's gonna look behind.
Simple taps.
You saw him middle. Someone's gonna look behind there. Holy, how did they lose that round? Nicely done from Depp.
Just kind of like
honestly, nicely done for Hiroran to get that kill. That kill goes the other way, it's a done round still.
Secures the targets, taps him.
Bro, how's no one looking behind there?
He's playing Ghost Recon.
They messed up a little bit though. As long as it doesn't, as long as they just forget the rounds,
he is Metal Gear
they'll be
Soliding.
right.
I mean, he's just. This is so unfortunate for GE. Like, I love what they do in this round. It's just, you know, ZETA reads that positioning from Blaze King. They're like, nah, we know about that spot. We did it to you. And then adapt with the lurk. I mean, he's
a tough one. 3 big ults. They got judged for the after plant.
It's rounds like those that really
they decide to play retake over towards A.
Didn't have the numbers.
Yeah, and look at this outlaw for depth, knowing that the money's
There's a chance that they have a
half armors coming through.
AO lineup.
A couple players there. We got 3 there. Yeah, 3 for GE on half armors. So this outlaw could find a lot of value. With the blade sword.
Saving the knife just in case the fish goes out, so he can insta-cancel the fish. Fish going back further, so they knew that this was going to happen. They clear at least right side of sight.
They can't let them get the lockdown in easily for free, though. But do we have
here we go.
to shut it down? That's the thing. Hiroran tries to toss a fragment.
Oh, it's just on the edge.
But I don't think.
Yeah, it was like, you know how it has to be in the first 2 areas? It was on the third.
It has to be right in the center of where the fragment lands.
So enough space for Blaze to now deploy the Viper Spin. And he's got a judge inside of that thing. That's even deadlier.
Oh, this is
Depp
done,
tries
right?
to secure the surroundings
Don't know plan.
of it with the Blaze Storm. The Outlaw cutting down Benkai. But I'm waiting for Blaze King.
Wait,
Stays tucked away.
they didn't want to plant? They missed their opportunity to plant, and I don't know what I missed.
Continues to climb. It's 12 to 9 now. We've got 3 rounds
And maybe
to go
it was a Killjoy molly.
Yeah, Depp starting to heat up, getting that.
The Killjoy was over here.
And that Outlaw getting some value, big time, as you would need. That's so fast from Depp. And this is the first, but that's okay. Good for the second. And look at how they're using the verticality here to get up and over the positions to try to make sure that whoever's still in that pit is not going to have an easy time of it. You're not going to just walk in there. You're going to clear all the edges, use that high ground, those angles that you can get from up there to make sure that
they used their 2 big ults. That was a savage round.
We can figure out how we're going to deal with that. You know, do a time
I think they went for a good plant and they got stopped by the Gecko molly, but they should have gone for a safer plant. Yeah, Viper ult on site as well, all 3.
At this moment in time,
because they had the Viper ult, they should have just gone for something a lot safer. Especially when they had the charge, it was pretty much done if they got the plant down. Actually done from ZETA though, that's a huge win for them. And their coach can speak here as well. Not that this is a bad timeout by any means, but
it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Calling a timeout at this point, Carlisle gets to, you know, have a breather as well and gets a second to think for ZETA Division. What is Global Esports going to cook up? What can we do to counter against that?
Yeah, it's going to be tough here off this eco. No ults to speak of. So just trying to see if you can do some damage to ZETA. But the pockets of ZETA relatively deep in terms of money, so they have another buy round in them for sure. Even if this one goes, well, it wouldn't matter if this one goes sideways, they'd be done. But even if they were to take a lot of economic damage, let's put it that way, they'd be fine. So definitely you would think that we saw it before where Spin will take a timeout on the eco and then it'll be the follow-up.
Like, you calling me a knob or a noob?
Any alts, really, as they invested so much
probably
in the previous
accurate.
round and lost it. Yurda. Nice angle. I think I saw a smile at that one.
It's very calm. It doesn't really like explode and pop off if he celebrates.
But he's apparently a jokester. He's apparently very funny, very like Depp really I was talking to ZETA a little bit, and Depp really likes his new players. Not ready for Blaze King though is Depp.
Wow. That's
Blaze
a sharp
King.
flick and a half.
Yeah, pushed up further than Depp was expecting. Laz gonna see that.
Oh, what is this round, bro? No, dude. I'm fine with them losing this map because they haven't been as good on this map, but this would be a savage way to lose.
Oh, nice mosh.
Mosh kind of blocks off the plant for a second. Players trying to reposition
Plant
around.
goes in, they got gun upgrades. We have...
But once bitten, twice shy. I feel like Russ is
Okay,
anticipating this
and this
now.
time Russ is looking behind.
The rest of ZETA
But do these people on site make a lot of pressure? Yeah.
Two
Two people making a lot of sounds, they get a kill, and now here comes the luck. Russ is on top of it still. And nicely done from Russ. Yeah, and they used the molly to stop the defuse.
All you got to worry about is the front door.
Okay, nicely done from them in terms of actually... Oh man, this was close though, I'm telling you. I was so worried with those two shots. They made it very doable.
That was a great play from GE. They should win that battle probably 90% of the time. But the weaker guns proved to be the detriment to them.
Okay, so 5 chances down to 2. It's getting pretty scary.
I know on this map he's only 15 and 16.
It's getting pretty scary for them.
He was so destructive. The young guns coming up big again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt like the two young, two new players from ZETA, like they're performing better than I saw at kickoff as well, which is nice. Very reliable at the moment, which has been big rounds. Util's been good.
So he spray transfers. Depp now looking for an aggressive pick, trying to throw Global Esports off their kilter.
The attack op comes out.
It's just so
everyone apart from Polvi can buy good next round.
It just is so tough to overcome when they're just hitting shots like that, time and time again today.
But this
massive
round,
duel.
Timeout must be for this round.
Here. Ask me.
Global Esports.
Oh, Russ has really good timing. Gonna walk for his teammate's molly. He's owned it. That was smart. Wasn't expecting the second guy here early. KO goes in, no plant. Rotate comes in.
In position to take down B now, but ZETA has an inkling.
Knife hits 1, but that's the lurker normally, so it doesn't give you too much info.
Absolutely.
Can't put up the toxic screen because of that.
Nope. Gotta wait.
That does though. While that was going on, they pushed over towards A, they found the alarm bot, they broke the alarm bot, so rotate can come in. And that looks decent.
That's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh my god.
What?
It's okay, you can heal it, you're Sage, it's fine.
30 seconds.
But 30 seconds
Dizzy to swing and stop the plant.
Tosses it over. Now secures it. Teammates a bit of suppressive fire.
They still have Wingman to defuse. They got Fischl also.
Yeah, look at this lineup, Larry.
Got 1 molly, that's it.
And Dev has to get a bit of space too. Thresh comes in. Take a couple of shots through. The flash from Hirodon, but oh
wait,
no,
Polvi did sick there. He went above the fish and they thought it was clear and then he took a peek.
It's all down to Hirodon trying to sneak up from the sides.
Damn, that was really nice from Polvi. Fair play. That was really cool.
The landing, Polvi secures the kill and pulls
okay, we get a send.
Into a third map.
And that was a much better Icebox from both these teams from what we saw in kickoff, so that's great.